Hello students, welcome back in the new channel Study with Tazak. So today here we are going to study the chapter number 1, the fun they had. So this chapter is very interesting. Let's start the chapter. So now first of all we will read. Before you read, the story we shall read is a set in the future. जो ये स्टोरी है ये फ्यूचर में सेट है when books and schools are as we now know them will perhaps not exist. How will children study them? The diagram below may give you some ideas. जो हमारे फ्यूचर्स में क्लास होंगे, जो हमारे फ्यूचर्स में स्कूल्स होंगे, वो कैसे होंगे. So here we will study in the whole chapter the schools in our future. So the chapter name is that the fun they had. That means जो पहले हमारा मतलब fun होता था, fun they had, जो ये लोग पहले fun करते थे. So look at these pictures. So here is learning through computers. हम लोग कंप्यूटर से लर्न करेंगे. And there was robotic teachers, schools of future, and the virtual classroom. Virtual classroom means your own room is your classroom. And moving a text, there is no books and no copies. You have to only write in the computer in the text. Now we will start here. Margie even wrote about it that night in a diary. On the page had it, ये जो हमारा ये मार्गी ने जो बात किया है, ये बात किया है 17 May 2157. Okay. She wrote today Tommy from the real book. Tommy is the character in this chapter. There was Tommy and Maggie. Maggie is a girl who was 11 year old, and Tommy is the boy who was 13 years old. So it's a very old book. Maggie's grandfather once said that he was a little boy, his grandfather, जब उनके ग्रैंडफादर छोटे थे, लिटिल बॉय थे, एक लड़के थे, तो उन्हें एक मतलब वो कैसे पढ़ते थे. Told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on the paper. और उनके ग्रैंडफादर जब थे, जो मतलब पेपर्स पे स्टोरीज़ होती थी, ऑल स्टोरीज़ वर प्रिंटेड ऑन द पेपर. और जो मतलब जो बुक्स होती थी, बुक्स पे स्टोरीज़ प्रिंटेड होती थी. दे टर्न द पेजेस विच वर येलो एंड क्रिंकली, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. And then they did turn back to the page before, and it was crinkly, and they lost that book. It had the same words on it that it had when they read it the first time. Then Tommy said, "Gee, what a waste." टॉमी का कहना ये था कि जो वो बुक्स होती थी वो वेस्ट थी, क्योंकि जब हमने उनको एक बार पढ़ लिया तो वो वेस्ट हो गई. फिर मतलब उनको आपको थ्रो ही तो करना है ना. यू जस्ट लुक हेयर. Fine, you were throw. Oh, what a waste! When you are throw with the books, you just throw it away. I guess our television screen must have a million books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I would not throw it away. And the Tommy said that these books were waste, and our television screens are very good and good for plenty more. And I would not throw it. अब मैं इसको तो फेंकूँगा नहीं. सेम विद माइन सेड मार्गी. शी वॉज 11. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया था कि जो मार्गी है, मार्गी शी वॉज 11 ईयर ओल्ड, had not seen many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13, and then Tommy was 13 years. This question will come in the exams. What is the age of Margie and Tommy? So you can say that the age of Tommy is 13 and the age of Margie was 11. I just underlined that words. So I have underlined she was 11 and he was 13. She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house." He pointed without looking because he was busy reading. "In the attic." "What is about school?" और जो मार्गी थी वो स्कूल के बारे में पढ़ने में बहुत बिजी थी, क्योंकि उसने ऐसे वैसे स्कूल्स देखे ही नहीं थे. मार्गी वॉज स्कॉर्नफुल. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." मार्गी ने बोला कि क्या स्कूल. I hate school. Margie always hated school. because there was a one reason, but now she hated it more than ever. और वो अब तो और ज़्यादा मतलब स्कूल्स को हेट कर दिया है, क्योंकि जो उसकी मैकेनिकल टीचर है वो उसको ज्योग्राफी में बार बार टेस्ट देती है और उसको फेल कर देती है. एंड शी हैड बीन डूइंग रोज एंड रोज until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. और जो मतलब काउंटी इंस्पेक्टर था वो एक मैन था लिटिल, उसका जो फेस था वो रेड हो रहा था और उसके पास एक बॉक्स था विद टूल्स एंड डायल्स एंड वायर्स. ही स्माइल्ड एट मार्गी एंड गिवन हर एप्पल. Then he smiled at Margie and given the apple. Man took the teacher apart. Margie hoped he would not know how to put it together again, but he threw her all right, and after an hour so on, there it was again, large and black, ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons are shown and the questions were asked. That was not so bad, the part Margie hated. So, you are understanding now? Now, most was the slot where he had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in the punch code they made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in number time. The फिर जो काउंटी इंस्पेक्टर थे वो उनकी मम्मी के पास गए और उनसे बोला कि मुझे नहीं लगता कि इसमें मतलब गर्ल की फॉल्ट है. जो मिसेस जॉन्स है वो बार बार मतलब बहुत जल्दी पढ़ाते हैं. दोज थिंग्स हैपन समटाइम्स. आई विल सॉल्व इट अप to an average 10-year level. Actually, the overall pattern of her progress is quite satisfactory. And the petted Margie's head again. फिर वो मार्गी के हाथ में पेटेड करना. मार्गी वॉज डिसअपॉइंटेड नाउ. मार्गी जो है वो डिसअपॉइंटेड हो गई. शी हैड बीन होपिंग दैट वी वुड द teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy teachers away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So बहुत funny है ये, ज़्यादा funny नहीं है. So she said to Tommy, why would anyone write about school? फिर वो टॉमी से कहती है क्यों ये लोग मतलब स्कूल के बारे में लिख रहे हैं. Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes because it's not our kind of school, stupid. क्योंकि ये हमारे इस टाइप के स्कूल नहीं है. ये टाइप मतलब ये बहुत अच्छे स्कूल्स हैं क्योंकि फ्रेंड्स जाते हैं, होमवर्क मिलता है, टीचर ह्यूमन होती है. सो देयर वाज he had a loftily pronounced his carefully centuries ago. Margie was hurt. Then Margie heard, well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that time ago. She hid the book over his shoulder for a while, then said anyone, they had a teacher. And Margie was very happy. They had a teacher, it was a man. और जो टीचर होती थी वो मैन होती थी. सो मैं कुछ वर्ड्स हैं उनकी मीनिंग बता दे रही हूँ आपको. इट्स क्लियर ना. स्लॉट अ गिवन स्पेस और टाइम पोजीशन. स्लॉट मीन होता है कोई मतलब कोई जगह दी हुई या टाइम geared adjusted to a particular standard level loftily in a superior way. And the attic, a space just below the roof, scornful, showing you think something is worthless. So okay, if you understand, so please comment down if you want more part of this chapter. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and share also, and don't forget to like my video. Bye bye. If you want more part of this chapter, so please comment.